A quick start on the CLC Stage 1 grammar. The standards we're going to be covering will be nouns in the first and second declension. These things called phrases, in other words, what those cases are used for. And then, of course, a little bit of quick review on Roman numerals and numbers. So, in looking at the first concept of what nouns are, we're not going to cover what nouns are, since you already know those. But the question is, Reverend Greg, what are these? Well, the answer is these are four nouns. They're used as example nouns. So you have nouns of certain families represented by these four nouns. Silwa is a first declension, hortus is a second declension, alum is a second neuter, and conso is a 3C. Every noun will fall in one of these families. These are given as examples. Well, what are these green things? Well, S stands for singular, and the others things are called cases. The noun ending will change depending on what case it is. What does case mean? Case means how it's being used in the sentence. Is it doing the action? Is it being done to? Is it owning the action? Or certain prepositions will only use certain cases. All we're focusing on in this chapter will be the nominative, which is used basically for subject or relational, the accusative, which so far will be used for objects, and then finally the ablative, which we'll see is an object of a preposition. Dative to forecast is for indirect object. Infinitive, that's how you show possession. We won't see those for a number of chapters. Oh, I'm not. Now, as we saw in that passage, we have Caecilius as a father. What declension is Caecilius? Well, he's second. Why is he second? Because it has an us in it. So we could decline Caecilius. We could say Caecilius, Caecilium, Caecilio, Caecilio, Caecilii. Okay. What about pater? Well, does it end in a, us? First declension, us, second declension, second neuter. No, it doesn't. So if it doesn't end in those, it's probably third declension. I was right. Metella, does that end in a, us, or Well, it ends in a. That tells you it's first declension. How about mater? Does it end in a, us, or It's third declension. Quintus, well, it ends in us, therefore it's second declension. Filius ends in us, it's second declension. You get the basic idea. So the reason why declensions are important is because of the endings. You have to know what the ending tells you is what case. Very good. Just because, for example, just because a penguin has wings doesn't mean it flies. Just because something has wings doesn't mean it flies. That's complicated, I know. So therefore, questions you'll be looking at. What declension is Caecilius? We knew it, so we know. And then I won't cover the rest of these since we're covering those in class. Now, what are these word order in Latin? That doesn't matter. Phrase. So it's metellus. Well, can the nominative be used for anything else? It can be used for what's called an equation. When you have a verb of equating, such as is, You'll have a nominative on one side and a nominative on the other. Both can't be subjects. One is the subject and one is the equational. Father is, Caecilius is a father. Caecilius is a son. Cerberus is a dog. So you have that est verb. Both sides are nominative, just like in equational math. If it's got something on one side, it has to have something of the same value on the other. So that's why it's called an equational phrase. And there's your equational phrase. So therefore, let's look for your verb first. Well, what's the verb, Reverend Greg? Well, they always end in T for this chapter. So there's your verb, is. Who is? Caecilius is. Why is Caecilius the subject? Because it's a second declension noun, and it's us, nominative. Pater, well, that's also nominative. It's a third declension noun. They can both be nominative, yes, because they fall different families. Remember the penguin and the wings. Just because a penguin has wings doesn't mean it flies. What makes, well, that's complicated. I don't even know why I went there. Must they be thinking about penguins? There's your verb is, there's your subject, there's your equation. Always go to the verb first. It makes it much easier. And there you go. So you have your subject, your verb, and your equation. Oh, we go on. No, that's one. Achilles. Is that the subject or is that an equation? Well, we do have is here, but we don't have a nominative. Therefore, Achilles is the subject phrase. That's who's doing the verb. Subject's doing the verb. It's a lot of things about English we have to learn, but that's okay. Now, what about ablative? That other case with prepositions. What's a preposition? These little words. English has this preposition. The only one we're learning so far is the little word in. And in at this stage will take the ablative. So you look for the ablative. That tells you where it is. So he's either in town or Metella's in the atrium. Why is that? Because this is in plus ablative, which is probably a good idea. This is in plus ablative. Everyone will say, oh my goodness, that's ablative. Well, what does that mean? That's a place phrase in the study. Who is? So let's review. Where's your verb? There it is. Where's your subject? There it is. Where's your place? There it is. Why? Nominative, verb, in plus ablative place phrase. Where's your verb? Where's your subject? Well, what's nominative? Metella's nominative. In atrio, what's that? Well, that's a place phrase. In plus ablative. Where's your verb? Where's your subject? What's left? A place phrase. Quick thing on Roman numerals. Now, I'll have to give extra credit for that. And there's the straightforward Roman numerals. So it's MDCLXVI, M 1000, D 15, C 16, L 1650, V or X 1665 plus 166. There it is. Roman numerals. We've seen them throughout. So here we are. S straightforward. All right? Piece of cake. I think we're good with this. Maybe we did.